Hi. I guess a lot of you are really excited about creating a YouTube channel and uploading different kinds of content onto it. Lots of times when you create content, you're looking at also using some footage that somebody else owns. And a lot of people are asking, how can I use copyright footage in my YouTube videos? So I'm Mark. I've been working with video productions for the last 20 years. We do short films, corporate videos, documentaries, TV commercials, so a whole lot of different videos that require for us to sometimes procure footage that we don't own. So today I'll be talking about copyright law, how to use it, how to monetize your videos for YouTube. So let's quickly look at copyright law in terms of a content creator. So let's say you've created this interesting piece of content. It could be a text document, a slideshow, it could be a piece of footage that you even shot on your mobile phone, but you're the copyright owner to this content. And so what happens is when people contact you and would like to use your footage, you have a couple of different options, right? You could either tell them you do not want them to use this footage and don't give them rights, or you could monetize a part or percentage of their video to earn some revenue by providing your footage to them, or you could also give it to them for free and ask them to credit you. And if you're not bothered about credit, you could just give them your permission. Coming to the point of view of a content creator, when you create content, you might not have the bandwidth or funds to create a lot of footage, and sometimes it's more fun to take out small snippets from movies or other videos just to express some emotions or add value and make your videos more creative, right? Okay, let's look at fair use policy. Now, a lot of people are excited about fair use. I can use copyrighted material in my content and re-upload it or monetize it and call it fair use and make a lot of money off it on YouTube. Now, although in theory this seems possible, but there is a lot of, don't get too excited, it's not that simple. So now, what fair use says is that you can use copyrighted material in your production under some certain guidelines without procuring permission from the copyright owner. So let's see how this works. So fair use policy sort of stands on these four main pillars, and the first pillar is is it transformative in nature? So when you take this piece of content, are you using a part of this content and creating something new? And what kind of use is it for? Is it going to be for a non-profit use, or is it going to be for a commercial use? So the second pillar is the nature of the copyrighted work. Is it purely fictional, or does it have some truth? Is it based on fact? So something from a news or a documentary kind of footage, file footage that is true, is more likely to be considered fair use than something that is fiction. The third pillar is the amount of footage that you use compared to your total content, right? So obviously if you use small bits of copyrighted footage here and there spread over your content that adds value to your content, it's more likely to be considered as fair use. The fourth pillar is what kind of effect does this have on the copyright owner? So by you uploading the copyright owner's content, is the copyright owner going through a lot of loss? Is it proprietary information that was not supposed to be shared with the public that you have procured and uploaded without their permission? But meanwhile, copyright law will always trump fair use law. It's very unlikely that somebody can claim fair use and use somebody else's copyrighted content and upload it and monetize it and dispute this claim and win against them in a court of law. However, you might still be requested to take the content down, and that's the only way to go about it because it's not your content. Now, a lot of people have been asking or are very curious to know, how does YouTube copyright work, right? There are all these bots, you upload a video and then you get a copyright strike. How does this whole thing work? So let's look at YouTube task flow. So let's say I upload my video onto YouTube, and what YouTube does is creates a content ID for each and every video that's uploaded onto their channel. What YouTube does is, while the video is processing, it starts to compare your footage for audio and video and see if it syncs with any other footage. And then in case there is a copyright claim already on this footage, you might get a notification that this footage, or part of your footage is owned by a certain copyright owner and that you cannot publish it, or that it's just a notification and you don't have to really worry about it, or if it's a serious issue, you might even get a copyright strike. So how does this affect you? You've created your video, you've put in a lot of effort into it, you've uploaded it, and now you've amassed several number of views, and then suddenly your views disappear, your channel is blocked. So you could lose your AdSense account if you get 3 copyright strikes. It's all going to be bad for you, man. So now many of you might be asking me, hey, but I see a lot of copyrighted content on YouTube, right? I see a lot of movies playing there, they're up for a while, and how do they manage to get away with this, or how do they manage to upload these videos? Do they procure permissions from the original content owners? Now, most likely what people do is they try and change a couple of things in the video. So what they would do is they would already download the video from somebody who has uploaded it, a third party that's not the original source, right? So what this does is a lot of metadata and information is very different from the original source. So on the meta level or the keyword level, it's difficult for YouTube bots to give them, to find out that this material is copyrighted, and it goes under the scanner. The second thing that they want to do is look at audio, right? If audio matches, then they're in trouble. So they usually pump the audio up till it starts jarring and till it's distorted, and then bring it down a bit and then publish it. So the audio levels and the audio quality on these videos are always going to be slightly off. And the third thing what they do is video. So that the video doesn't match, they might make some cuts in between, change the duration of the video slightly, and also change the aspect ratio of the video. So the height and the width is sort of changed. And so for a while, this content goes unnoticed until it becomes really popular. So I hope I've answered most of your questions regarding copyright law, especially related to YouTube and uploading copyrighted videos. And if you've got any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or you can write to me.